welcome back to Ash Stash. For today's video, I have a very simple DIY fabric dyeing tutorial. For this first step, you're obviously going to need something to dye, whether it be yarn or fabric or an actual garment. I will be dyeing a skirt today, so you may actually have to bleach the garment or whatever you're dyeing first in order for the color to take and turn out the way you want it. I personally am not going to be doing that with the skirt because it's a color, I kind of want the color to be a bit more dingy when it comes out instead of a bright, vivid color. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it the color it is and just dye over the top of it. Want to go ahead and make sure it's 100% cotton, rayon, or silk. I just bought this Tulip brand dye from my local craft store. You could also check online, they sell them. I will list that link down below. It's okay if you don't want to use this exact brand, it just different directions, so you want to go ahead and make sure to look at the directions and follow those closely. Wear something that you don't care about ruining. Also make sure to wear protective gloves. You don't want to get any on your skin. It may cause irritation. It also might stain your fingers. Need 1/4 cup of salt. Something to stir the fabric with. Need something to keep time, like a cell phone or a stopwatch. 1 gallon of water. I use an old gallon milk jug just to measure it out. You need a bin or a bowl of some sort, big enough to fit your garment in. If you have a stainless steel sink or tub, that will work too. You just want to make sure it's stainless steel or it will stain. Right, so while you're bringing in that water to boil, you just want to make sure to get your fabric completely wet before we start the dyeing process. You can also set your area up. I chose to do it outside so I won't make a mess in the house. Set your timer for an hour because that's how long the fabric needs to be submerged in the dye. Then once your water starts to simmer, you're going to go ahead and dump it in the bin or whatever you're mixing it in, and then you'll put the salt and fabric dye in. Once you have your fabric fully submerged in the water, you're going to start stirring it in the dye for 15 minutes. You're not going to stop until that 15 minutes is up. So be careful about sticking your hands in the dye, but you do want to make sure it's really in that dye. I probably could have used a bit more water in my mixture here, but it turned out I just had to make sure to keep moving it around. Another part I found kind of tricky. My cell phone has a fingerprint detection, so I had to take my glove off to check the time on my phone, and that was kind of frustrating. So if you have that on your phone, you might want to get a stopwatch of some sort because the cell phone was kind of obnoxious. So that's just my little struggle I had. Alright, and then once the 15 minutes is up, you're just going to stir occasionally for the next 45 minutes. So it's going to be an hour total that the fabric will be submerged in the dye. Also, if you don't want to go outside, you could just have a bin in your tub. Just make sure you're not doing it in the actual tub unless it's stainless steel. But rinsing it out doesn't hurt it. I just rinsed mine out in a regular tub and it didn't stain it at all. You're going to want to make sure you're rinsing your fabric with cold water. I just kept doing this until most of the dye was out. And then I took it down to my washer and I washed it with warm water, a very light setting, the lowest setting it had. You want it to be very gentle. And then I hung it in my shower to dry where it wasn't in direct sunlight or high heat. And this is the finished product once it was dried. I just like that it's kind of a more mossy color, has a lot of texture. It just reminds me of moss. I just love this skirt. It's so good. I'm so happy with how it turned out. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends or anyone else you think who might enjoy it or pull inspiration from it. I would love to see anything you guys have dyed at home yourselves, or if this video has inspired you to dye something, show it to me. I would love to see it. Send me links, post them down below. Also, let me know what you think of this. Go ahead and comment your opinion, if you liked how it turned out, if I could have done something better. I'm just always open for people's ideas and what their techniques and how they do it. If you're new to this channel and you haven't already, please subscribe. I make videos every week, and until next week, bye!